Welcome one and all to round 6 of 8 of the RaceFace.Pro GT3 Championship. We find ourselves in Imola, beautiful Italy, on a beautiful clear day. I'm sure the guys will be happy it's not raining. Qualifying started about a minute ago and I could not wait for the countdown to complete. Here we are. Welcome to our online viewers at the moment. We've got Tommy and Flace and a couple of others already. The usual suspects are here. And I'm looking forward to spending some time with you guys online. There is a few drivers having issues with connectivities to the servers. Servers are online. Hopefully they can connect soon and join in on the fun. Currently the guys are on the outlaps. We're here with Brendan Fenter in his beautiful BMW. I know you guys said you like the helicam, so we'll stick with the helicam quite a bit tonight, especially when there's incidents. Brendan's coming around the corner to start his first fast lap. Imola, of course, have changed quite a bit over the years. Lost some real spectacular drivers around this track, unfortunately, in the past in Formula 1, and quite a few chicanes were added coming up to this Variante Tamburello. You have to say it with the Super Mario accent, I think. No, Marius, welcome. At least you can join the stream. Might not be able to race, but yeah, I was going to miss the Batman. Go Snails. Yeah, let's see if the Snails have their turbos in today. Let's have a look at some of the other drivers. It's currently on a hot lap. Just behind Brendan, we've got Gio Mouton. He fires hot or cold. No lukewarm here. Either wins races or has a bit of a nightmare. Well, Guillaume's a good guy. He's out there just to have fun. Okay, as Brendan Fenter comes across the line to finish the first hot lap of the evening. Quite a respectable time. But immediately getting pipped by Ulrich de Jager in a Ferrari. And he's holding forward for the time being. Luke and Haynes by a few split seconds shortly behind, and the brightly coloured BMW always stands out on track. Let's have a look at who's currently on some good laps here. A little bit hard to tell, as most people have not started a hot lap, or just started their first hot lap and has not posted any times. Oh, close miss there. Looking in his BMW, just avoiding Henny Potgieter. I believe he's in the Audi today. Okay, I'll keep an eye on the Racing Snails. Got some insider information on who to keep an eye on. They definitely have the support here tonight. Hume comes in with a really good lap. 142.3. And I think he's going straight into another fast lap, not to be outdone by his previous lap. There's quite a bit of a gap forming between the top guys. Guys have about 9 minutes left to start a lap. And then we'll see who ends up on pole. In the driver's briefing, they made it very clear that pole is not everything, and you will not win the race on the first lap. I think Max Verstappen would beg to differ. Of course, this is not Formula 1, and over 90 minutes, a lot can happen. For those joining us for the first time, it's a 90-minute race around Imola. There's a 2 pit stop requirement, of which you have to add at least 1 litre of fuel in each of those pit stops. You don't have to change tyres, and we'll see how many of the guys try and make it a 1 tyre stop or a no tyre stop. Of course, if you're going to fill up fuel to see you through to the end of the race, oftentimes it takes as long as changing tyres, and both can happen at the same time. So changing tyres and adding some fuel in 30 seconds is a standard stop. Let's have a look at some of the other drivers on track currently, as Guillaume does improve his lap time fractionally. Let's have a look down the list. Jason Landsberg, not the best qualifier, but definitely has good race pace. Has shown us the last couple of weeks that it's not about starting on pole indeed. And it's all about tyre strategies and maintaining tyres in the wet. He definitely was a standout in the wet weather tracks. Jackie Alberts, I know that Tommy is here supporting him, and a couple of other drivers. Also for the Racing Snails, I believe, but his team name doesn't reflect that in-game, but doesn't matter, he's got the support in the stands. I think I just saw Tommy there in the main stand waving a Racing Snails flag. Some guys yet to put up a time. As I was about to, yeah, Alex Pitra yet to put up a time with one of the brightest coloured cars on track. Him and Vic, I think they are related, father-son if I remember correctly. Vic also in a brightly coloured Porsche. Similar colours, and equally exciting to watch them race. Quinty Jansen van Rensburg seems to be about to exit the pits to start his lap. Already put up a really good time. Definitely some room for improvement. Gavin Scruton in the McLaren. It's not part of a salad, it's a Scruton. On a pretty good lap at the moment, improving on his previous lap time, and it jumps him up to 5th position. A little bit further back, I can see that Bernard, I just lost him as I was about to click on him. Bernard Reiner, also on a pretty good lap at the moment. Not sure if he's part of the Pitra gang, definitely has the same colours. It's good to see another Aston Martin on track. Wonder if there'll be team orders between him and Jason Landsberg. They're not currently on a pretty good lap here. As he comes down to the Ravazza corners, the last corner. Nice use of the width of the track. And it's flat out from here. The only Corsa here is Assetto Corsa. And Bernard jumps up to 3rd place. with a really good time and parks it off in the main pit straight. Jonathan Chislett snuck in there with a pretty good time as well. And the white McLaren. Robert Klopstra in a Porsche, about to complete a fast lap, currently 17th. Let's see how high he can jump up to 13th. Good couple of positions. You should be happy with that. Alex Petro currently also on a pretty good lap from his previous one. He should jump up a position or two. With just under 4 minutes left to start your lap. Of course, if you start a lap before the time runs out, you will be able to complete it. If there's any off tracks, you will not be able to book that time. Alex, with about half a second quicker than his previous lap time, jumps him up to 15th. 1.8 seconds behind Gio Mouton, still with an unbeaten time on track. Jason Landsberg will show me up, saying he's not good in qualifying, jumping up to this front row. I will have to eat my hat. So have a look down the order there. Let's have a look. Dylan Hall. I think he's just about to start a lap. No, he just completed a lap, but he might just push through and do another lap. Seems to be on some good rhythm there. Nicely through Tamburella. With about 3 minutes left on the clock, the guys will really be pushing now. If you haven't started your outlap now, it'll be pretty tough to make it around the track in time without frying your tires. Guys like Luke and Haynes started at just the right time to complete a fast lap, with probably enough time to bail out and try have another go at it. Welcome to the mythical beard of truth. Seems like the racing snails really have quite a few supporters here. It's good to see. Got 2 minutes left on the clock. Seems to have stabilized a little bit. Not a lot of positions changing on the leaderboard there. Saying that, Heinrich de Wet is on an absolute flyer compared to his previous lap. As he comes around the last corner, he's going to jump up quite a few positions, making up about a second there. Let's have a look. As he crosses the line from 21st to 10th, that is a big jump. I don't see anyone else on the leaderboard at the moment with the jump that high. He is still on a lap, not really improving, and I think he's abandoning that lap. Yeah, let's have a look at somebody else coming. Coming Aqua Minerale. Up the hill, down the hill. Let's see if he can improve. I think he won't. His lap time has dropped into his deltas. It's looking bad. Alex Petro is still on track, just behind, really pushing this Lambo to every inch of the track as they make their way down Ravazza. There's about half a second improvement, but I can also see guys behind him, Dylan Hall and Graham Moll, both on really good lap times. Let's have a look at Alex as he crosses the line. Should make up a few positions, 16th up to 13th. He should be happy with that. I can see just behind them Graham Moll, also on a good lap. Currently finds himself in 20th. Will there be much improvement? Let's have a look. It's looking pretty good now for at least 2 or 3 positions. Up to 14th. Shouldn't rest on his laurels. Dylan Hall just behind him. Really good lap time. Jumps up to 8th. Qualifying time's officially over. Still some guys on track hoping to push. Ruan van der Walt and the McLaren from Pandacity jumps into 19th with a pretty solid time. We can see who's that, Lucan Haynes, not currently on the best time. Probably won't be improving. He pulls into the pits. Also have Quinten Janssen van Rensburg not improving his lap time currently. Yeah, I don't think he'll be improving much. I think it looks like the lap time was actually disallowed. He does improve by a few split seconds, but no positions. Oh, sorry. Last car on track currently is Bernard Renner. And he's coming into Ravazza, the last corner, turn 18. Doesn't look like there'll be much improvement at the moment. I don't think he's got it in him to up the position, and he will end up in 5th. And that concludes our qualifying. Gio Mouton in pole position. Seems to like the track when it's dry. Let's have a look at the starting order when we head into the starting grid. Please bear with me while we get that going. For one moment. I'm getting good at this. This is pretty quick. Let's go through our order quickly. First place currently Gio Mouton in pole position, followed by Jason Landsberg and Aston Martin. These guys have had some good battles on track, hoping to see some more of that. Third place is Ulrich de Jager in Ferrari, and the second row is completed by Gerard Pretorius, also pretty active in the front normally there. Bernard Renner, a new racer for tonight, starting in 5th position, followed by Jonathan Chislett. Kevin Scruton in 7th, Dylan Hall in 8th position, Henry Platt in 9th in a black and gold Ferrari, Quinten Janssen van Rensburg in a BMW, followed by Brendan Venter and Heinrich de Wet in the row behind them. Arne Kroos in another Porsche just behind them, with Alex Pitro in the brightly coloured Lambo next to him as well. 15th place is Graham Mole. Seems to be more Porsches on track today than before, unless they just all group closely together. Rob van den Heever is next to Graham there in 16th position. Robert Klopstra in 17th. Lucan Haynes in 18th. Ruan van der Walt in 19th, followed by Vic Herbst in the McLaren next to him. Further down the rankings is Rick Thomas in 21st and Etienne Mouton next to him in a Ferrari. Jackie Albert not having the best quali session, but I'm sure he'll gain a few positions in the race in 23rd. Henny Potgieter next to him in Audi, only Audi on track. Christian Zitzmann in 25th. Lucas Hubert in 26th next to him. And in the back row we have Francois Haynes next to Aletta Grobler. As we're getting ready to start this race, 90 minutes. Let's have a look at our front runners. As we come down the last 2 corners, it's a short outlap, not a full formation lap. Lekker hen manne. Thanks, Jean-Ray. Pity you're not racing. Deliveries are looking solid here in the AM division. The guys definitely have spent a lot of time on those. As Gio Mouton waits for the green flag, the green lights. Into turn 19. If you blink, you'll miss it. It's hardly a turn at all. No, the racers can't hear me, unfortunately. It's just you guys on stream. And let's get ready. 90 minutes around Imola, round 6 of the RaceFace.Pro GT3 Championship, and it's Gio Mouton in pole position with Jason Landsberg next to him. Gio has a better line into the first corner, and it's green and they're off. Green flags go. Gio and Jason head to head. Gio seems to have the better start. I can see further back guys are 3 wide. A little bit of touching there. Jonathan Chisholm. Oh, and someone's gone off track there. I think that is... Oh, that is Gerard Pretorius. I just can't get him. Any Potgieter further back. Oh, I can see that a lot of guys are off there. Ulrich de Jager, Gerard Pretorius, and Lucan Haynes all off track in the first corner. Disappointing for them. Higher up, I can see Robert Klopstraat right next to Graham Mole as they come around the second chicane. As I come around Tosa turn, still a bit of argy-bargy, and there's a car facing backwards. That's Henry Platt. Henry definitely facing the wrong way, but gets back up. Whoa, it's a little bit dangerous, and that is not a nice rejoin there. That would be disappointing to see, and nearly takes out another driver. It's very important to make sure that your rejoins are good and clean. Let's have a look at Guillaume, still in the lead from Jason Landsberg. The two of them seems to have built up a bit of a gap thanks to some incidents further back. Jason Landsberg in second, and Quinten Janssen van Rensburg in third, with Bernard Renner right on his tail. A little bit further back, Arne Kroos makes up one position on Brendan Venter as they come through the last chicane. I think it's Variante Alta. Not sure what it means. I'll have to brush up on my Italian. I can see that Heinrich de Wet is not letting Jonathan Chislett get away. Jonathan dropping a position or two, I think. And some of the guys have already started to go into the pits. Ulrich de Jager, probably with some damage. Yep, that Ferrari looks a little bit worse for wear. Alex Pitro is in the pits. No. That's Lucas Hubert, sorry. And Gavin Scruton also in the pits. There's 4 cars, 5th car further back also joining the pits. That's Vic Pitro and Henry Platt as well. All these guys were involved in that first lap incidents. Bernard Renner really pushing hard on Quinten Janssen van Rensburg as they come around the Tosa turn up the hill towards Peralta at Piratella. And Bernard secures that position. There's a little bit of argy-bargy. Quinten loses one position, but Dylan Hall lost quite a few as he drops down to 8th with Arne Kroos right on his tail. So every little mistake at this early on in a race will be punished with a few places lost. Quinten Janssen van Rensburg getting a warning there, I think. Going a little bit aggressive into the chicane. Heinrich de Wet right on the tail still of Jonathan Chislett. Looking on the inside. Side's better to wait for a better chance. Coming around the last corner. And Jonathan not having a great line through there. And could this be a chance? Definitely has a better line there, does Heinrich de Wet. He's on the inside, has the inside to the first corner. And I think he's done the move. How to make it stick, and he does. Doesn't have the best line, but he should make this stick. Oh, and the McLaren loses it just behind. Jonathan spins out into the first chicane and he lost quite a few positions. Does the right thing, wait for the right chance. Can he join properly? It's going to cost him so many positions. Decides better from just jumping in and gets a little bit more momentum going while everyone should slow down for the yellow flag. It doesn't look like they do. And Jonathan moves all the way down to 23rd position. I can tell you that there's been 2 stop-go penalties issued to Lucas Hubert. Coming in to serve that already. And Gavin Scruton just behind him. Will he be serving that penalty? No, he decided to carry on. I can tell you that Jackie Alberts is also spun off. He is stuck in the grass, trying to avoid the barrier, just scrapes past, and he's being pushed down all the way to 23rd. He's back on track though. Doesn't look like there was any damage. Let's have a look and see what happened there. Just went a little bit wide. I'm not sure if it got clipped. I don't think I went back far enough. Jackie did the right thing, waiting for everyone to pass before he screams back on track. He's back on track. Off he goes. Doesn't seem to be damaged. Might be a little bit hot tires and arrears, but he should be fine carrying on. I can tell you that Lucan Haynes is having a great battle with Ruan van der Walt, and I think he's made it stick. Oh, touch and go into the first chicane. He loses the position. Let's go back and see what happened there. If you have a bit of a chase cam coming down the pit straight, really has a great line with a bit of a toe. Crosses the line at virtually the same time. Lucan has a turn complete. We brake for nobody. And he gets a bit of a bump there from Ruan van der Walt. Ruan should feel a little bit guilty, but don't think there's much love lost there. Lucan can obviously make up that position, no problem. He's shown he's got the pace in the straight. Robert Klopstra is also really close to Graham Mole, just ahead of him. The two Porsches battling it out, with one BMW separating them from another Porsche from Arne Kroos. Robert has a really good line here on that's Graham, yep. Graham has a good line on Brendan Fencher ahead of him. And I think Graham just went a little wide there and lost the position to Robert. Great overtake, making it stick, but the Porsche definitely has a bit of a toe coming down the straight. Graham looking on the outside, will have the better line into the turn one, but he needs to complete this move. Decides to do the cut back. Robert goes a little bit awkwardly into the second part, but I think he made that one stick, and Graham will have to wait until the next round. Lucan Haynes made up a position here. Is that yeah, he's gone past Ruan van der Walt already. Let's go back and have a look at that overtake quickly. Similar situation coming down the pit straight. Seems to be the place to overtake is into turn one. Lucan has a look. And I think Ruan let him take that turn, feeling guilty as he should for the previous contact. Knows that that could come back and bite him in the steward's room later. Meanwhile, we can see that Bernard Renner has put up the fastest lap time. And no, Bernard, yeah, sorry, that is Bernard. For a moment I thought he was in the car behind. Bernard put up the fastest lap time of 1:42.3. I think that's faster than some of the a lot of the qualifying laps. Let's have a look where the battle's at the moment. Everyone seems to have found a little bit of positioning. Jonathan Chislett's gone into the pits. And, I think unfortunately it looks like Jonathan has disconnected. Everyone behind him just moved up positions and he's no longer on the leaderboard. Graham Mole into the pits after just less than 10 minutes. And it allows guys like Lucan Haynes and Rick Thomas to make up those positions. For those who missed the debrief or the briefing, there's 90 minutes of race time. During that 90 minutes you have to complete 2 pit stops. You don't have to change tires, but you have to add at least 1 liter of fuel. Yeah, I agree. It's good to see some sportsmanship there from Ruan. A little bit of an unfortunate tap earlier on. Doesn't seem to be too much damage to Lucan, so they all seem to be doing fine. Francois Haynes has spun off. Unfortunately, you can see the marks on the road there, and the yellow and black BMW has lost a few positions there as they come up the hill from Tosa to Piratella. Henny Potgieter is going a little bit slowly. Not sure if that's a little bit of a representation on the leaderboard. Seems to have settled out there. And Racing Snails driver, only Audi driver here tonight, finds himself in 17th. Lucky car number 13. Jason Landsberg is making a push on Guillaume Mouton for the lead. Less than half a second behind. Normally waits until the pit stops have equalized the race, but Jason pushing hard to get into the lead early on. Guillaume will be feeling the pressure. Really close battle between these guys. Oh, and it's a little bit of an awkward stop there coming at Tosa. Guillaume still has the lead, Jason right on his tail. Let's go on board for a little bit and see from the Aston Martin's point of view, can he make this overtake? It's about the closest battle on track at the moment, and it is for the lead. Coming down into Aqua Minerale. Let's have a look at the chicane. It's not really a place where a lot of overtakes happen, but towards Ravazza at the bottom and into turn 1 seems to be the favorite place to overtake. Jason not quite close enough this round. Can he make it stick coming out of the Ravazza turns? Into the first Ravazza, into the second. Guillaume has a nice gap there. Let's see if yeah, I think Jason must have had a bad chicane higher up. He was 1.2 seconds behind now. I don't think it's going to happen this lap. Guillaume really put in the effort when the Aston Martin was breathing down his neck. Etienne Mouton seems to have disconnected as well. I can't seem to connect to him. Henry Platt in the meantime makes up positions on him. Yeah, it does seem like Etienne either has some internet issues or he's disconnected. That would be unfortunate. Ron van der Walt pulls into the pits for his first stop. Dylan Hall right on the tail of Heinrich de Wet. This Porsche better get a move on or the Ferrari's going to overtake. Coming up the hill. He was quite a bit closer earlier on. Doesn't seem to be close enough now. Maybe biding his time. See if he can close the gap a little bit more before he makes a push. Oh, I can see Jackie Alberts and Henny Potgieter having a bit of a dice just a little bit further back on track. We'll come back to Dylan just now. Jackie about 0.4 seconds behind. Both of these guys have some support in the stream chat. Oh, I'll come back to that just now. Ruan van der Walt seems to be going slowly. It's just him slowing for the pit exit. Never mind. We'll go back to Jackie chasing hard on Henny. Henny swerving to the left, to the right, back to the left. Into the chicane. Jackie in the McLaren trying to hunt down the Audi. Into the first Ravazza, into the second, coming down a pit straight. Jackie really has a good run on him there. Can he make it stick? Henny immediately goes defensive, trying to break the toe. That was his one move. He seems to be swerving quite a bit. Not sure how many swerves you're allowed. Jackie should tuck in behind him to get a bit of a draft. I don't think the McLaren has enough of a is enough of a blade through the air to get too close. He might be having a look. No, he is really close though. Keep it together. A little bit of a waggy tail there from the McLaren, and I don't think he'll make it happen this lap as they come into the second chicane. Jackie really pushing the McLaren to its very limits. And in the meantime, must be sweating. And Ruan van der Walt, who just came out the pits, has a stop-go penalty. That's 30 seconds, normally for speeding in the pits. That's it, we got some support for Wim Henny in the Audi. These guys are just about the closest they are on track that they've been all race. Jackie having a look at the inside, but risky into the chicane. Henny closes the door early. Sorry, Jackie, you're going to have to wait one more lap. Really using all the grip available on that McLaren to make it stick, and just doesn't have enough to jump those curbs and stay close enough to Henny to make it stick. Vic Herbst, he's losing a few positions. I think he slipped down. Might have had a bad entrance exit to the first chicane. Let's go back and have a look at Jackie and Henny. They seem to be a little bit further apart. Dylan Hall, in the meantime, is chasing down Brendan Fenter just ahead of him. Does he have a good enough exit from Tosa up the hill? I think he should look behind him, as Robert Klopstra is right behind him, trying to make a move. So often, oh, whoa, and it seems Robert nearly lost it, held it together nicely as Luke and Haynes will be coming past him. No, he doesn't. I think Robert did well there to keep that Porsche facing the right way after jumping those sausage curbs. Christian Zitzmann's right on the tail of Alex Pitro at the moment. There is Henry Platt behind them, but that's not for position. Henry is a lap down, but he would be thinking that he's being held up by these guys. Having a look on the side, is he going to unlap himself? Henry, of course, having some incidents early on. Oh no, I can see Luke and Haynes and Dylan Hall going a little slowly. I think they both went a little bit wide as Robert Klopstra is just ahead of them now. Let's go back and have a look and see if anything interesting happened there. You can see Luke and Haynes just behind Robert, and ahead of him was Dylan, but one goes wide, and Robert is losing both of those positions, it seems. Let's have a look coming into the first Ravazza. Luke and having a look on the inside, nothing is on there. Both go a little bit wide, that's what triggered the white flags, but I think they're fine. And that's came back just in time to see Luke and Haynes get past Robert Klopstra as Robert went a little wide, who now has to defend from Vic Herbst just behind him. These guys are changing positions all the time. In the meantime, Henny Potgieter just behind Jackie Alberts. Unfortunately, we were busy with someone else when these guys swapped positions. There's was a bit of a lull, and all of a sudden all the overtakes are taking place. Dean Hall, another driver with a stop-go, 30 seconds. That means it's speeding in the pit lane, either the entrance or the exit. Ulrich de Jager chasing down. Who's that ahead of him? That is Graham Mull. Graham already completed his first pit stop. He's looking pretty good there in 18th position. Ulrich de Jager behind him also completed his first pit stop. Dylan Hall currently serving that stop go. I know that pain. Arne Kroos and Rob van den Heever fighting for 6th. Need to get those Porsches in a bit of a train, as we all like hearing those Porsches sing. Still pushing hard. You can see Ulrich de Jager is having a push down the pit straight on Graham. Let's go on board and see if he can make this stick. Does the Ferrari have enough pace to keep up with the Porsche down the pit straight? It seems like he's closing the gap. He's going to go on the inside. Is he going to push this time? No, he holds back a little bit. Graham goes wide. That is the chance that Ulrich needs, and he's definitely got that one in the bag. Graham will be kicking himself, outbrakes himself, and that is not how you want to lose a position. You want the guy to overtake you, not you giving up the position. Come on, Graham, you can do better. Everyone seems to be going a little bit evenly spaced at the moment. I can see Aletta has got a white flag going a little bit slowly. I think she just went a little bit off track into the first corner, so did Ruan van der Walt. And Vic Petro as well. Everyone seems to be having trouble in that first chicane. Just losing a little bit of momentum. Oh, and it seems, I should not have switched to Vic. The commentator's curse strikes again. Vic just couldn't control the tank slapper there, and he's off in the second chicane. Not sure if he's going to go back on track. Did he stall? Is he waiting for the right chance to get back in? He's stuck there now. He doesn't seem like he wants to continue. No, he teleported back to pits and disconnected. Unfortunately, I think that is the end of Vic. Not happy with the way that race ended up for him. Currently on board with Jason Landsberg in second. I think he's holding back on a fight for first for a while. He will probably have something up his sleeve come pit stops. Alex Petro in 13th. Just over. Did he overtake? No, it's just ahead of Christian Zitzmann in the other Lamborghini. Nice to see the Lambos with similar pace. Thanks, Jean-Ray. Thanks for popping in. Bet you couldn't be racing. Someone having a quiet race tonight is Rob van den Heever in 7th. Rob starting in 16th, currently in 7th. It's a great start. Yet to make a pit stop, but doesn't matter. There's quite a few behind him also to make a pit stop, and he probably avoided quite a few of the earlier incidents to be sitting nicely in 7th. Rob being one of the biggest leader position gainers of the evening so far. Christian Zitzmann also started in 25th, now up to 14th. That's a gain of 11th. Yeah, 11 positions. Math nearly let me down. I'm scared to go and have a look at Vic Herbst. That was bad luck on the other Vic. As I say that, Vic's about to be overtaken by Lucan Haynes coming out of the Acqua Minerale up into the last chicane. Lucan having a look on the inside. He's actually going to try and make a move. Oh, well done avoiding contact, but he's right on Vic's tail. He's not going to let this go. Lucan's going to try and make this overtake, I'm sure. Down the pit straight, the BMW has top line speed for sure. As I come down the pit straight, looking a little loose in the BMW. Let's have a look. Trying to cut every little centimeter of the track to make, not cutting, just use every little centimeter of the track to gain top speed. Not close enough into the first chicane, and we'll keep an eye on Vic and Lucan. Christian Zitzmann just slowed down a little. Not sure if that's a position lost or no one quite around him. Just going a little slowly. Luke and Haynes really had a good exit at Tosa coming up the hill. Not quite close enough to make it stick, but I'm sure I'll have another go. Using every inch of the track. Vic having to defend hard. Not sure if the tires are starting to warm up a bit. It's been 25 minutes. It should be nice and warm without being worn down. It's been a crazy start indeed. It's like a bit of a roller coaster. There's a couple of lulls and then all of a sudden everyone teams up and groups up. Oh, Lucan just saves it. Coming out of the last chicane, trying to get on the gas early. Oh no, I see Jackie's spun off again. Is that the same place? No. Yeah, it is the same place. Second time for Jackie to lose it coming up the hill. Unfortunately, just could not keep it on track. Did he lose a position? Was there some contact? Let's have a look. I'm going to go back about a minute. See if we can tell what happens. I'm commentating, cursing now. It's the wrong angle. Just a little early on the gas. No. Oh, it's on the top of the hill, I think. Yeah, on the top of the hill. Probably just lost it. Jump to curb. Oh, just could not save it. This time a bit of contact and there will be some damage. And Jackie pulls into the pits, probably rightly so. Oh, in the meantime, we can see Jason Landsberg really pushing hard on Guillaume Mouton. I should not go too long on the replays, as whenever I do, there's a lot of action happening. Does Jason finally have enough to take Guillaume down the pit straight? It looks like it should be a bit of a draft. He's closing in on him. Guillaume goes a little defensive. Jason goes on the outside. He'll be trying to cut back. No, he stopped a little bit early, waiting for the cutback. Not this lap, maybe next lap. Rick Thomas in the meantime gained a position on Vic Herbst. I think Vic is... yeah, he's lost a few positions. I can see Lucan Haynes is now 2 positions ahead. Vic lost to Lucan and Rick Thomas as well. Ulrich de Jager and Henny Potgieter now having a battle. Henny falling back a little bit. Saying that, they seem to be chasing... no, that's not for position. It's Gavin Scruton ahead of them, but it's not actually for position. Rob van den Heer for chasing down Arno Kroos on the inside of Tosa. Does he have enough to make it stick as they come up the hill? Really pushing hard. You can see the back of the Ferrari getting a little loose, but the Porsche has it coming up the hill. Can he keep it? Not the best place to try and make an overtake. Coming into Aqua Minerale and up the hill again. Does seem like Rob is pushing really hard. That Ferrari wants 6th place. Into the final chicane. Does he have enough to come down the hill and take the position in the braking? I don't think he's close enough. That Porsche is no slouch on a straight line. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Jason is still pushing hard on Guillaume. Didn't have enough to make it into the pit straight. Make it into 1st place in the pit straight. Doesn't mean he's going to give up. I know that Aston likes running in the front come the end of the race. With 30 minutes down and 1 hour left, he is pushing hard to have an early 1st position. Rob van den Heer pulls into the pits. We'll see him drop down the rankings just a little bit. Not too far. That means Lucan Haynes and the guys in front of him made up a position or 2. Jason's still really close on Guillaume's tail there. Francois Haynes, yellow flag, just a slow exit from the pits. Nothing to worry about, and I think that's the same for Aletta. No, unfortunately Aletta ends up in the grass. Let's have a look what happened to Aletta. Oh, cameraman lost her in the first chicane. Just, that's fine still. Coming up to the second chicane. Bumps a curb, just a little hot into the turn on the exit. A little bit of a tank slapper, and unfortunately that means she's into the wall. Yeah, Marius, Jackie is a bit of his own worst enemy tonight. Rough one in here for exiting the pits. Woo, that was close. Nearly got taken out there by a faster car, but managing to avoid contact, and all's well. Gavin Scruton and Jackie Albert now having a bit of a battle. Car behind them is car 75. That is not for position, I think. It is. That's Ulrich de Jager. He is a car higher up than the two cars ahead of him, and he'll be wanting to get past him as soon as possible, as the guys, as Gavin and Jackie will be getting the blue flags. I'm sure that Ulrich will want to get past as soon as possible. Henry Platt just got past Henny Potgieter. I think Henny was a bit of a slow lap. That's fine. Lucan Haynes is chasing down Robert Klopstra. But still we can see Gavin Scruton and Jackie, both McLarens, chasing as hard as they can. Across the line. Coming to turn 1. I don't think there's much in it with the draft on the McLaren. Gavin looking on the inside, looking for the cutback. I think Jackie has this one held down for now. As we head to the second chicane. I think it's the Villeneuve chicane. And Gavin letting the faster car through. He should stick with them now to take advantage of the blue flag on Jackie for Gavin to then sneak through. Let's have a look at Jackie and see if he's going to let the faster car through. Of course, there's no need. The faster car should overtake. All you need to do is be predictable and stay in your line, and the faster car should pass. Just don't battle the faster car around the track. Jackie looking a little bit loose there as you see the flames spit out the back of the McLaren. And Gavin probably heard me, as he's going to stick with Ulrich de Jager and hopefully take advantage of Jackie letting the faster car through. Not sure if that's going to happen too soon, as I can see further up Lucan Haynes is chasing down Robert still. Oh no, sorry, that's just a pit stop. Bernard Renner dropping a few positions as he's in the pits now. Top 10 drivers yet to make a pit stop. I think that's Aletta letting them pass through. As you can see, there's a battle up ahead. Lucan pushing hard on Robert. Not close enough to do anything now. I can tell you that Gavin is still all over Jackie. Jackie really needs to push harder to either build up a gap, change some strategy. He did hold it as Ulrich came past, and Gavin could not make take that opportunity to overtake. I'll keep an eye on this position, this battle here for a minute. It's the closest any two cars on track, and Gavin really nearly took out the back of Jackie there as it came up to the top of Variante. No, coming up to where we now in Minerale. Really having a hard time with the names of the corners as we go around the track. I can see the Brendan Fenter in 8th position is dropping down into the pits. Was an 8th. Is an 8th now. He'll drop a few positions there as well. Oh, Lucan Haynes and Robert Klopstra nearly having an overtake. Let's go back and have a look and see how close this really was coming into the pit straight. Lucan pushing hard. Really wants to make up as many positions as he can as early on. That BMW has straight line speed in spades. On the outside, pulls up next to him, looking for the cut back. Just maybe a little too close even to make it stick, and the Porsche still stays ahead for now. Gavin trying the same move on Jackie Alberts. These two McLarens seem very evenly paced. And in the meantime, I think that is... that's Graham Mull. I don't think that's for position. Just behind them. Graham currently in 11th. No, that's another blue flag opportunity as the faster car comes through. And Bernard Renner gets a drive-through penalty. He's just been in the pits. I'm like, oh, Gavin goes on the inside looking into Aqua Minerale. It's very optimistic position to try and make an overtake. And now he's going to have to let Graham Mull pass. As Graham is the faster car. I think he does that. No, he doesn't yet. Graham will have to push to take that. Very gentlemanly there from Gavin to let him through. And Gavin will be staying on Graham's tail, hoping for the best day. Further up the road, Lucan Haynes and Robert Klopstra still having a massive battle. Ludwig Sitzmann just had a little bit of an off track there. I think he just went a little wide on the chicane. Francois Haynes gains 3 positions. Not sure what happened there. Guys still seem to be dicing each other, but Jackie is still up the road from them. Not sure if there's someone having connection issues, and my leaderboard is just showing positions gained and lost for no reason. Gavin is quite a bit further back. I think Gavin might have gone a little bit wide, just a bit off track, as he does there. And Jackie might be safe from the onslaught right now, as we can see that Jason Landsberg is not relenting on Gio Mouton, and the attacks continue. Just coming up to the 40 minutes past mark of the race, as we head close to halfway. The top 10, top 9 guys yet to make a pit stop. Those who have tried, suffering a drive-through penalty. Some of the quieter drivers today, Gerard Pretorius, I think he had a little bit of an incident earlier on. Gerard with the ability to put up some really fast lap times, if we've seen it in the other races. Etienne Mouton is on track. Earlier on I thought he might have disconnected. I lost him for a while. Finds himself in 25th position, 4 laps behind the leaders. I definitely think he had some connection issues. Ludwig Sitzmann in a similar position. I think Ludwig was late to join. 9 laps behind in the second Audi. Great to see him there on track, still having fun. Same as Gary van den Haar in an Aston Martin, but is that the older Aston? Does sound like it. Does look the same as well, so unsure. Let's find some battles. The obvious one, Jason Landsberg chasing down Guillaume. Guillaume knows how to lead a race. He's done it before. He's won 2 in this league already this season. So did Jason, for that matter. Jason won both his races in the wet. Rick Thomas in 8th goes into the pits. And the only battle on track is either Lucan Haynes and Robert Klopstra, with the guys in the lead. Seems to have split across the track for the time being, and normally towards the end of the race they magically seem to group up again. With pit stops taken into account, our biggest gains of positions the race so far is these 2 guys we're looking at now, Robert Klopstra and Lucan Haynes. Both made up 11 positions from the start. They started 17th and 18th, held position right by each other, now more than 40 minutes into the race. Oh, and I think that's a bit of a fake out from Robert to pull into the pits. Lucan doesn't fall for it and still stays on his tail. Jason Landsberg, our number 2 car, in the pits on his way out already. Unfortunately, I missed how long that pit stop was. Pit stop time 64 seconds so far, so he definitely had a nice long stop. It is quite a long pit straight, this pit lane. There's a total stop time of 32 seconds, so he definitely changed tires, filled up the tanks, and he's off. He does make the first move, and Guillaume now has to have a cracker of a lap to stay ahead of Jason when he's done with his pit stop. Graham Mole now right on... No, that's also not for position, never mind. Gavin Scruton ahead of him will be a blue flag, and hopefully won't hold Graham up too much, as just behind him Gerard Pretorius will be chasing down the blue Porsche. Guillaume Mouton reacts straight away, goes into the pits. Let's see who comes out ahead of this battle between Guillaume and Jason Landsberg. Jason Landsberg currently coming down into the last chicane, up to the last chicane. I can tell that he's pushing hard. I can see Rick Thomas has a drive through, and Renner has a stop go 30. Bernard Renner not having a great race. Had some good lap times. Both pit stops complete, but there'll be another stop coming. Let's have a look. Guillaume is on his out, coming out the pits. Jason Landsberg is coming into the pit straight. Let's have a look where he comes out. Guillaume exiting the pits as we speak. He's gunning for it. Where's Jason? Jason must be very close. He's just behind him. There's Guillaume. Guillaume maintains the lead. Well played. Jason is about 1.5 seconds behind, and our leaders maintain position after their first pit stops. I was expecting it to be a little bit closer. Well done, Guillaume, for sticking in first. Net first, that is. As Jason, I can tell, might be claiming he was held up a little bit by a blue flag. It could also count that he could have had a draft coming down the pit straight. Gerard Pretorius trying to make a move on Graham Mole a little bit further back. Oh, he definitely has a good run on there. Looks on the inside to Tosa. Graham gives him space. And they side by side coming up into turn 9. Piratella. Graham does seem to have it. Let's go on board with Gerard and have a look. Passenger view. Nice clear view of the Porsche there. You can smell the exhaust fumes. Gerard having a look on the inside, making him very wide in the mirrors there of the Porsche. Graham might be going a little bit wide there. He'll be keeping an eye on the off-track track limits counter. You only have 3 free track limit warnings, after which there'll be a drive-through penalty. Sure, this is getting close. No, it's the wrong car. Pardon me, and we nearly missed that. Gerard on the inside of Graham. Graham gives him space as they come into turn 1. Oh, very fair fight, and I think Gerard has it. Left space for Graham. Graham took a bit of too much of an inside corner, bouncing over the curbs, and that is a position lost. Graham in 7th position. Gerard Pretorius in 6th. Let's have a look at our top 3 at the moment after just over 45 minutes. First place currently is Heinrich de Wet, yet to do a pit stop, followed by Arne Kroos in another Porsche, about 12 seconds or so behind, followed by Luke and Haynes in the BMW. These 3 guys have not made a pit stop yet. They're the only guys on track yet to make a pit stop, and as I say that, Luke and Haynes come into the pits for his first stop, hoping to gain a bit of an advantage with a quicker outlap on new fresh tyres and maybe jump the 2 guys ahead of him. It'll be a bit tough. He's a little bit further back. Never say never. Heinrich de Wet decided to push through, leading our race at the moment. Francois Haynes in his black and yellow. I almost started singing black and yellow, but I won't. Biting my tongue here. Currently in 18th position. Going nice and steady. Like I said earlier, Etienne Mouton on track. Didn't think he was going to make it. He was on and then off again. Finds himself about 4 laps back. It's all about the experience you build up now for future series around this track. Goes a bit wide, jumps the sausages. Every minute on track is experience you can use for your next race. Same with Lucas Hubert, who's about 7 laps behind. I believe he had some connection issues. So did Ludwig Sietsman and Gary van der Haar as well, I think. 7 and 8 laps behind. At this point, it's all about the experience, both the experience gained and the fun experience on track. Quinten Janssen van Rensburg also had a bit of a quiet race so far. Finds himself in 6th with 1 pit stop complete. That gives him probably a net 4th. Could be that either Heinrich de Wet or Arne Kroos further up might just pop in ahead of him after their first pit stops, both of who are in the pits at the moment. And that means that Guillaume Mouton retakes the lead as he goes past Henry Platt into turn 1, a blue flag car. Jason Landsberg not too far behind. Leaderboard will update just now. There we go. Arne Kroos dropping a little bit down. Graham Mull also in the pits as these 3 guys want to make a move up the rankings with a quick pit stop. Hopefully not missing that lollipop in the pits. As I said, Quinten would want to get out ahead of these guys. I think Heinrich de Wet is just ahead of him. It's getting a little bit confusing as the order settles down. But yeah, we can see Heinrich de Wet is on track. Quinten van Rensburg is in 4th place at 5 seconds back. Brendan Venter is in 5th, another 2 seconds back, followed by Arne Kroos, Rob van den Heever, Robert Klopstra, and Lucan Haynes finds himself in 9th place after the first round of pit stops. That means he started 18th and finds himself in 9th. That's a solid gain of 9 positions. Vic Harps just behind him has gained 10 positions so far this race. Started in 20th, sorry, 20th. Currently 10th. Yeah, I agree, Tommy. In this division, if you at the traditional points positions, doesn't matter. You build up experience, you have some fun, you go out there and give it your all. And yeah, that's why we're all here. Here to have some fun. Oh, you can see the guys are starting to bunch up a bit. Graham Mole, Alex Pitro and Gerard Pretorius, all three of them really close together. Let's get a bit of an aerial view there of the guys as Vic goes a little, Alex goes a little wide, loses the position to Gerard. I can tell that Graham and Gerard Pretorius completed both of their pit stops. They, along with Ulrich de Jager, are the top drivers with all pit stops complete, and they are pretty close to the top 10 drivers and should end up with a top 10 finish when all the pit stops balance each other out. Haven't spent a lot of time on Graham today, mostly following him being chased down by someone else. Vic Harps goes in the pits. That's the first one in the top 10 making their second pit stop. Jason Landsberg is caught up to within a second of Guillaume Mouton. Heinrich de Wet in 3rd. All goes steady on from here. Should find himself on a podium position. Let's hope I'm not jinxing him by sticking with him for too long. In fact, I'm scared I'm doing that. So let's go on to Quinten van Rensburg in 4th. Not that I have anything against Quinten. Just going to go down the order. Haven't spent a lot of time on Henry today. Henry in 21st at the moment. A black and gold Ferrari, always a highlight on track. Oh, I can see Gerard Pretorius making a move on Graham Mole, not quite close enough to make it stick. Graham would want to gain a bit of air between him and Gerard as they come down the pit straight. Let's see the exit of the second Rivazza. Goes a little wide, bounces in the sand, and I think Gerard will love the chance to overtake. Definitely seems to be closing the gap. Not sure if he wants to tuck in behind the Porsche or not. Decides to go on a shorter route to the left, having the line on the first corner. Very close to touching there. I think Graham's going to try and push through and keep this position. Again, he bounces over the curbs, leaves a lot of space for Gerard. Gerard doesn't need that much space and sticks the position and finds himself in 11th and Graham down to 12th. In the meantime, Alex Pitro is waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake so he can gain a position. Any space he can build up now would be in his favor as he still has one pit stop to make. Oh, as I was talking about Henry Platt earlier, he's caught up to Bernard Renner. Bernard wanting to have a better race than this. Had a great quali lap. I think he was 4th or 5th. And yeah, it went downhill from there with a couple of penalty pit stops, and he finds himself in 21st, now being chased down by Henry in the Ferrari. Bernard started in 5th. In fact, unfortunately, has a statistic of being our most positions lost driver at the moment, starting in 5th, now in 21st. Got 34 minutes left of this race. Let's have a look at Jackie, see if there's any slip-ups. Jackie having to defend. No, that's not for position. Jackie's in 19th position. Both pit stops complete. Still a chance for him to probably make his way up to top 15, I think. As I switch to him, he goes wide. Not sure if he was trying to leave some space for the faster car to get lapped, but of course that happens while I'm watching. You can dress him up in a nice car, but can't take him anywhere. That's what they said about my daughter. She looks so much like me, but at least we can put some nice clothes on her. Alex Pitro now looking to make a move on Graham Mull. Really close together. Graham's slowly been dropping down the order a little bit. Although if he keeps his nose clean, maybe he can stay in the top 10 position. Yeah, that's definitely the Altman curse striking again. What you guys should do is volunteer one driver that if I watch them, switch to them, I won't say a word, so I can't distract them too much. Enough race for first position. Gio Mouton now completed his 33 laps. Jason Landsberg is about 1 second behind. Followed by Heinrich de Wet. Quite a gap back. About 37 seconds. So the two front runners really running away with this race at the moment, pushing each other to their best. And the other guys having to fight for scraps. I see a bit of a Red Bull developing there with the front two guys. No, I'm not really old. I'm just of average age. I'm in my 40s though, so. Well, if we look over there at the young guy, Jackie currently 19th position. Letting another faster car through. Jackie trying to just finish his race. Okay, that's my old man impression. I'm going to stop that too. It's not what I'm here for. But yeah, Jackie 19th position. It's about 2 seconds behind Christian Zitzmann, who just goes wide. This could be a chance for Jackie to make up a position, and he does. So there we go. I mentioned Jackie, and it this time was a blessing. See, a blessing in disguise. I can see some more guys going into the pits. Brendan Fenter and Rob van den Heever in the pits currently, looking to complete the second pit stop. Yep. Nothing surprising there. Jason trying to chase down Guillaume, and just not having enough to take that first position. Of course, it'll take one little mistake from either of these drivers to probably secure first. There's still half an hour left. A lot can happen, and I'm sure we'll be cutting back to these guys often, as they are relentless. Graham Mole, in the meantime, looking to make up a few positions. I'm not doing the old man voice all the time, so sorry. Vessel, I'm not sure if you mean the old man voice suits me, or yeah. A little bit further back on track, we can see Ron van der Walt is not too far behind Christian Zietsman. Ron earlier had a bit of a run-in with some other cars and did the gentlemanly thing to let them past. Rick Thomas just lost a position to Jackie. Jackie went past there, and Jackie seems to be moving up the rankings a bit. He does have the front runner behind him, and he'll have to slow down a bit and let the faster cars past, just because it's the right thing to do, and I'm sure he will. I can see that there's a bit of a gap between Jason Lance. Oh, Jason's pulled into the pits. Here comes the pit strategy master with an earlier pit stop than Guillaume. Will Guillaume react, or will Guillaume have a go at seeing it through on his own pit strategy? You can see Jackie's now really being haunted by that big red BMW. He does lift a little bit, does the right thing, and the leader is through. It would have been especially painful for Guillaume, as his number one opponent for first place is currently in the pits, and you do not want to use that time or that opportunity to lose time. Morris, if you did not race because you had to study, then I think you wasted your time. We would have had more fun with you on track, but good on you for knowing the priorities. Okay, let's have a look at Guillaume. He does react. He comes into the pits. Doesn't want to give Jason any chance to make up places with the pit strategy. And again, we get to see who comes out the pits at the end of this little event. Let's see, Jason coming through Variante Alta, coming down to Ravazza shortly, as Guillaume is still in the pits. Jason had a 5.5 second stop. That was just a splash and dash, hoping to try something different rather than wait to the end. He didn't have to pit stop now. That was purely just strategic. Guillaume Mouton. Where's Guillaume now? At the pit exit. Again, it's going to be super close as Jason comes through. I think Jason might actually take it. No, the BMW picks up pace pretty quickly, but Jason has him. Jason is finally ahead of Guillaume as they come into the first chicane, and he loses it over the sausage curbs, and all the hard work with the pit strategy lost at the first opportunity. Gosh, this is not over yet, folks. This could go down to the wire. Jason would be kicking himself. He'll be kicking that pedal right through the floor of that Aston Martin as he's wanting to make up that position, and it just goes wrong. We'll be coming back to this a little bit later on as the front guys are. It's not me. It's not me, okay? It's not the commentator curse. It is just coincidence. Saying that, let's find someone else to watch before I ruin Jason's race even more. Graham Mole in a little bit of clean air finds himself 10th. Should be happy with that. A bit further down, Christian Zietsman and the Lamborghini chasing down the Ron van der Walt just ahead. Seems to be making good ground as Ruan's losing a little bit of grip coming into Acqua Minerale. We can see that Quinten Janssen van Rensburg is trying to lead this race. Heinrich de Wet is in first place. I don't think these guys will be able to maintain as they still need to have another pit stop. That doesn't mean that it's for nothing, as these guys will be fighting for a podium. Let's have a look at Henny. On request, Henny's into the pits for his final pit stop. So, Audi got a bit of damage there. No, let's have a look. No, it's just the hood on the front. I thought it might be a bit of damage. Henny will come out in probably 16th place, close to Jackie. Let's see where Jackie is. Jackie is coming down across the finish line now. It'll be touch and go, the two of them. I think Jackie has it. Oh, easily. Jackie and Gavin Scruton both go past Henny as Henny is coming out the pits now. Rob van den Heever, that's he overtook Alex as Alex goes into the pits. Quinten Janssen van Rensburg still fighting hard for the lead. Has a look on the inside, really has the pace as they come down the pit straight, leaves more than enough room, cuts into the pit exit lane, looks a little bit squirmy under braking. Heinrich de Wet keeps on the inside, Quinten leaves some space, and it does seem like the inside line coming into the first turn is the preferred line, as we've seen it a few times. You just cannot overtake on the right as if you are level coming into the first turn. It's just too sharp of a turn. No way of staying next to the guy into the second part of the chicane. And yeah, you need to be on the left if you want to make that overtake stick. Gavin Scruton loses it at Variante Alte, decides to reverse rather. You can see the cars coming, and he's lost quite a few positions in the process there. Let's go back and have a look at what happened. I think it's just coming up from Tosa into Peratella. He's got Jackie Alberts just ahead of him. I think this was for position. May have gone back a little bit too far for the replay, but it's nice to see how close he gets to Jackie. These two McLarens have been evenly matched all night. Has a look on the inside. Does he try and make the overtake stick? He gets a bit scared, jumps the sausage curb, loses the rear end, and parks it in the middle of the chicane. Hey, the McLaren team will have some repair work to the underside there. Oh, and we can see that Heinrich de Wet and Quinten Janssen van Rensburg still having a fight. I was wrong. He makes it stick on the right-hand side. I think he had just enough lead coming into the first turn. I'd like to see that again. Let's go back and see this overtake for the current lead of the race. Quinten chasing hard on Heinrich's tail. That Porsche trying to create a bit of a gap. Where's he going to go? He keeps to the left. It worked for him before. Doesn't work this time. The Beamer goes on the right hand side. On the outside, has enough of a nose ahead to cut the corner closer, has a better line into the second part and makes it stick. Nearly loses it over the sausages. And bit of an aggressive line there, but it worked. He was in the lead. He keeps it. He's currently the leader of the race after 39 laps. Heinrich de Wet in the Porsche in second. Closely behind. Oof. Leave some rubber on track there. As he cuts some corners, we can there see Guillaume behind these guys in the net first place. And Jason Landsberg already closing that gap down to less than a second. And we're on for a battle for first with 20 minutes left. Bernard Renner had a bit of an incident there. I think lost a few positions. Let's go back and see if anything happened. Oh, that that car does not look great. I can see the hood is a little bit damaged. Can we see anything from the cockpit view here? Yeah, the steering is bust. Oh my gosh, he's just going straight through the chicane. No time to turn as the steering doesn't work. And I can tell that the left front is severely damaged, leaving lines all over the road. I think Bernard will be calling it quits after this pit stop. The car's definitely seen better days. He cannot turn left, that's why he's... well, he can't turn at all, it seems. That's why he skipped the chicane. Whoa! Nearly takes out Lucan there. Luckily he could avoid him. He'll be heading into the pits hopefully and not carry on like this. Unfortunate for Bernard. Hits the wall on the way into the pits. Painful to watch. He's in the pits currently in 23rd position and will no doubt lose another few places there, unfortunately. Quinten now built up a bit of a gap, 1.5 seconds to Heinrich de Wet in second place, followed by Guillaume Mouton, and right on his tail is Jason Landsberg. These guys, Guillaume and Jason, completed their first two pit stops. Hopefully they last, and they'll be trying to push through to the end. Guillaume feeling confident that he can keep Jason behind and did not want to extend his stint longer than Jason. Has reacted every time Jason came into the pits, knowing that Jason has had a couple of good moves in the previous two races with pit strategies, and then finding the lead after all the pit stops. Guillaume currently in first, maintaining Annette first, sorry. Two guys ahead of him still has to do their last pit stops. Saying that, Heinrich has pulled into the pits. I'll tell you how long that stop was and if that's splash and dash. I'm sure it will be. No one will be changing tires with 18 minutes left. It's not really worth it. And there he goes. Solid pit stop from Heinrich. Should come out in at least 5th place, I think. And with Arne Kroos ahead of him still having to do a pit stop, I think Heinrich might just end up in 4th or 3rd place. Lucan Haynes also comes into the pits, having a really good race so far, does Lucan. He's in 6th, one of the last guys to do his final pit stops. And when these... oh no, Heinrich de Wet speeds in the pits, has a stop, go 30. There goes the podium and probably a top 10. A 30-second pit stop is as long as it would take you to change tires and fill up with gas. What's that? Let's tune into Heinrich's onboard radio. Yep, sorry, couldn't play any of that. That was the feeling from Heinrich de Wet as he gets that stop go. Gerard Pretorius in 8th. Trying to chase down Graham Moll still. These guys have been on and off battling the whole night. Quinten Janssen van Rensburg, our current leader, pulls into the pits. This could be a potential podium if he gets out of here quick enough. And our leader at the moment again is Guillaume Mouton after 42 laps, still with Jason Landsberg breathing down his neck, not giving him an inch of space. Quinten exiting the pits in 4th. Heinrich de Wet with the stop go means that Quinten should maintain this position unless Ulrich de Jager comes around the last turn. I think Quinten has done enough to maintain 4th place, possibly a podium. We'll see when Arne Kroos pits from 3rd. As poor Heinrich de Wet goes into the pits to serve his stop-go penalty. Gavin Scruton right on Jackie Albert's tail. Is it just me, or have these McLarens been fighting all night? Gavin has a real good run on Jackie here. Looks on the right hand side. Can he make it stick? I think Jackie has the inside better line coming into the first turn. Doesn't leave him much space. Shuts the door. Gavin goes on the inside. Makes it stick. Jackie tries to cut back. Has a real good exit to the second corner. Gavin closes the door again. And Gavin is ahead of Jackie for now. Oh goodness, we have to go back for this. Again, our leaders in this, I'll just let you know, is not because I was watching them. I saw the incident and then switched to them. So no commentator's curse. As the guys come into the pit straight, here I'm still in the lead. Jason chasing hard. Has a bit of a toe, it seems. Hume sticks to the left. Jason looks to the right. Is there contact? No, he tries to avoid contact. Just goes onto the grass. Couldn't brake quick enough. Goes through the sandbank, and Jason is stuck in second with about 3 second gap between the two of them. Let's go back to see if Jackie's reeling in. Gavin's crouton. Little bit of bounce coming over the sausages there, not too much. And we'll have to keep an eye. He's currently about 1.4 seconds back. Graham Mole, on the other hand, is trying to chase down Ulrich de Jager for 5th place. Graham has a real good run on Ulrich here. Really close. All about that line coming up the hill now. Does seem to have lost a bit of momentum coming through the chicane. Up through Tosa. Coming up the hill. Not quite the opportune time to try and force an overtake now. But if you stay close enough, it's definitely on coming into the Ravata just later, a little bit later. I can see Brendan Fenter is a little bit off track, and yes, he's hit the wall. Let's go back 10 seconds and see what happened. Oh, got clipped by, I think that was Aletta. No fault of Brendan. Unfortunately, just tapped the rear, and he loses it to the right. And there's Aletta still trying to make... Is it Aletta? Or was it Christian? Let's have a look. No, it's not Christian. It is Aletta. Unfortunate for her. Brendan Fenter lost a few positions. Let's go back to Graham. Exiting the second Ravazza. Keeps it on track this time. No track limits. No dust being kicked up. Tries to tuck in behind the Ferrari. Then tries to take the shorter path. Not quite enough, I think, to make it stick this lap. And you'll have to wait for another opportunity. That Ferrari is quick in a straight line coming out of the last turn. He's going to have to do something special to make this overtake. Saying that, he's building up a lot of momentum. He's right on the tail there. Flashing lights from the Ferrari. Not sure if that's an indicator or a hazard light saying slow down. You're coming up the back of me too quick. Oh, Graham nearly loses it. Let's switch to someone else before I cause Graham to spin off. Let's have a look at Henry Platt. He's under pressure. No, he's not. That's not for position. Quincy van Rensburg is currently on his fastest lap. One of his fastest laps. Well, his fastest lap after the pit stop. He'll be looking to secure his podium position, which I think he's done anyway. He's about 5 seconds ahead of Ulrich de Jager in the back. Ulrich's busy fighting Graham Mole, and I don't think fighting someone will make you quicker than the guys ahead. It's always the defending and the attacking guy who's a little bit slower. Oudenkruis overtaking Robert Klopstra. I think Robert went a little bit wide. Let's have a look at Robert 10 seconds back. What happened? I think he might have happened a little bit before then. I think I missed that overtake. Yeah, and we lose Robert. The replays lost him. Let's go back. Oh no, that doesn't look good. Ah, I lost connection to the server. Please bear with me. I'll be right back to finish this race. Sorry folks, we're back. That was a bit scary. I thought for a moment the server crashed, but luckily it didn't. Everyone is still on track, maintaining position. I can tell you the Grey Mole has not overtaken Ulrich de Jager. He's still trying to make that overtake. Let's have a look at where some of the other guys are. Currently, Lucan Haynes in 10th position. Some good points for Lucan tonight. Solid drive. Qualified in 18th, I believe. That's an 8 positions gained. Any race we can gain 8 positions is worth a pat on the back at least. Robert Klopstra trying to chase down Arne Kroos. Porsche's fighting out. It's a good thing to see. You know the cars are matched. It's down to skill alone. Robert tucking in behind, just a little bit too far back to make anything happen this lap. I'll try and keep an eye on that for us. Rick Thomas, another McLaren in the Panda City livery. Not that is for position actually. Him and Jackie Alberts fighting for 17th. Rick's had a fairly quiet race tonight. Did not have to spend too much time commentating or cursing him. Same as Arne Kroos. Not much happening other than defending. Graham Mole trying to have a look at Ulrich de Jager as they exit the last corner. Second last corner, because technically there's a little kink in the straight. Still trying to take that position from Ulrich. Ferrari seem to have enough speed, but the Porsche is definitely closing that gap. I think we're just running out of road every time. They have ended up side by side a few times down the pit straight, and inevitably could not make it stick every time. Graham right on his tail. Would probably not want to force the overtake around the lap until the pit straight. He's got about 6 minutes left to do it. Should be more than enough. Ruan van der Walt ends up in the sand pit. Not sure what happened. Let's have a look if that's contact or if that's just all by himself. Comes through the first chicane. Finds his way to the Villeneuve chicane. And I think just a little bit too hard on the brakes into the turn. And ends up for a play date in a sand trap. Rick Thomas still chasing Jackie. Like I said, Rick's had a pretty quiet race. Jackie not so much. Jackie his own worst enemy tonight. At least twice losing around the same turn. And it's cost him quite a few positions, once with enough damage needing a pit stop. Graham Mole this time pretty close, coming into the pit straight. Is it enough to venture an attack? I don't think it will be enough unless Gerard does something silly. Graham shows him is there, tries to put him under pressure. He has a slow entry into the first corner, does Gerard. Graham has to hit the brakes to avoid contact, and positions are maintained. These two Porsches are still in a fairly tight battle. Robert Klopstra and Arne Kroos. I think I could give you the statistics of when last Jackie pitted. His last pit stop was 9 seconds stationary, so that's just a little splash and dash. Let's see if I can tell when that was. Yeah, it doesn't quite give me that detail. Well, his first pit stop was after 28 minutes, and the second pit stop was after 40 minutes. So yeah, that's been quite a long time on those tires. Unless that counter that I have is 40 minutes ago. I need to learn this app properly. Yeah, 40 minutes isn't that bad, about halfway. So it should be fine. But let's hope he can see it through to the end. Let's have a look. Can Graham do it this time? He's pretty close still. I can imagine sweat building up under the helmet. Windows must be fogging up. Hard work trying to just past Ulrich, let alone stay with him. Jason Landsberg and Gio Mouton still within touching distance of each other. Guillaume being like the Great Wall of China, not letting anybody through. As we have about 2 minutes left, let's quickly go through the order and see where we're at. As I mentioned, Guillaume Mouton in first place at the moment. Hopefully nothing changes when I switch through the order. Jason Landsberg trying to chase him down. Quincy Janssen van Rensburg rounding out the podiums. And it should stay like this with just over a minute left. Ulrich de Jager in fourth with Graham Mole coming on the inside. We're going to have to chase back to the helicam for this. Graham has the inside line. Is he going to try and make it stick? Definitely has a better line. Don't give him too much space. Gerard leaves him space this time, and Graham makes it stick. Coming through, builds up quite a nice lead by the time they exit the chicane. Perfect timing from Graham to get into fourth place as we look to about a minute left on the clock. This could be the last lap. In fact, it could be another lap after this one. Let's quickly go through the order. Gerard Pretorius now finds himself in, well, still in 6th place. Arne Kroos in 7th. And right on his tail is Robert Klopstra. Oh, and I think Arne just made a mistake. Again, we need to cut back to the heli as Robert goes on the outside, trying to cut back into Tosa. Arne just stays ahead of Robert. Guys, I'm trying to run through the order here, and there's too much fighting happening on track. So much excitement with 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't think there'll be much change here. Lucan Haynes finds himself in 10th place. Sorry, I skipped Brendan Venter in 9th. Heinrich de Wet in 11th. Rob van den Heever in 12th. Alex Pitro 13th. Just want to see where the leaders are. I'm not going to miss them crossing the line, I hope. Nope, they got some mile to go. Alex Petro, like I said, in 13th, Vic Harps in 14th, followed by Henry Platt and Gavin Scruton. Jackie Albans in 17th, Rick Thomas 18th, Henny Potgieter, Francois Haynes, and the Ruan van der Waal. Let's go back to Gio Mouton. He must be coming close to finishing this race. Into Variante Alta. Jason is not going to let this go. He's going to push it right down to the limit, to the flag. They're on the last lap. Hume about to take his 3rd victory for the season. He'll be quite relieved with that. Jason says you have to finish the race first. Right down his tail. He could pretty much give him a push across the line. And I don't think Jason will make an attack coming into the finishing line. Your winner of the 6th race of the season, Gio Mouton, followed super closely by Jason Landsberg. These guys have put on a massive display of talent and strategy, and it worked out well for Guillaume this time. 3rd place, Quinten van Rensburg, quite a ways back, coming through the last chicane still. He is on the other side of the track. Quite a bit of a gap to go. I can see some of the other guys finishing at the moment. There's Alex Petro finishing the race in 13th. Obviously still need to, he's a lap or 2 behind. But let's go back to Quinten and see as he finishes his race in the pit straight. That is your podium. As he takes a checkered flag, comes in 3rd. Ulrich de Jager in 4th? No, 5th I think. There's been some disconnections. Graham Moll 5th, Gerard Pretorius in 6th. Arne Kroos in 7th, trying to complete this lap. Oh, he's already there. Apologies. He finishes just ahead of Robert Klopstra. Another really close finish for position. Brendan Fenter in 9th. Crossing the line a few seconds ahead of Lucan Haynes, who rounds out our top 10. Whew. Man, that was exhausting, as always. Guys putting on an excellent show. Congratulations to Gio Mouton on his 3rd victory of the season. Jason Landsberg really not making it easy, pushing him to the very end. And Guillaume having the answer to every pit strategy Jason had up his sleeve tonight. Thank you again to everybody joining the stream tonight. It was fun having you. And I look forward to seeing you next week for race 7. I think the next race is actually... Let me tell you where it is so you know what to prepare for. Race 7 is at Monza, so we're going to stay in Italy for the next race around Monza, one of the faster tracks, and we look forward to having you back then. Have a good evening and God bless.